Today I'm going to do a short video just to review this microscope that I got from AliExpress. It's an Eakins trinocular microscope with 4K video camera, and it was about $500 including the camera and the ring light for the camera. So in this setup, the nice thing about it for me is that I can just swing it in to shot. And cut to it, and then I can swing it out of the shot, and I get back to this overhead camera shot, which is wider. So that's from a video perspective, it's cool. And then it's also great for actually working, because there's room there to get in there with a screwdriver and actually use it to, you know, make it so you can work in that tiny world and see what you're doing better. So it's pretty much perfect for me. The AliExpress, the seller Eakins in China, they have a bunch of different combinations. Like you can get them on a boom, you could get it on a stand. If you don't need to do videos with it, it might be fine on a simple stand. And if you want to swivel it around more, there's kind of bigger boom. I got this boom because it's heavy and it seemed the most stable, but I feel like it still needed to be stabilized with this thing. This thing, because a lot of people have asked, is actually an IKEA monitor stand. It's called SIGFIN, SIGFINN. So if you happen to want something like that to lift your work area with or without the microscope, that's what that is. And then the microscope can record, the camera can record to micro SD cards internally, but it can also just output full HD. It doesn't output 4K, as far as I can tell. But I'm just using the 1080p output, and I'm recording it to a Shogun Inferno recorder, which also has audio going in just from my mixer, so that it's easier to edit the stuff together, because I'm using DaVinci Resolve to do the editing. And because the microscope recording has a copy of the audio on it, it syncs everything up when I throw it into the DaVinci Resolve. I'll just quickly show you the way it came shipped. That's after I first set it up on my desk. So it came in a box. It was pretty heavy. I'm not sure what the weight was. It came with a pad exactly like this, but bigger. I think I have that same pad ordered from some other seller on AliExpress. There's a remote. The remote works with the camera. The remote, I didn't find a battery in there for the remote. I think that's a CR2025. Yeah, I put a 2025 in there. It looks like it might also work with a 2032, but the 2025 works. You have to point it at there's an infrared receiver on the camera. You have to have line of sight with that. And then if you do that, that brings up a menu. The first one is just language setting. I'm not sure what the next one is. Exposure and auto white balance are also on the remote. Color just allows you to go to black and white. Frequency changes if you're 50 or 60 hertz for flicker. I presume it deflickers it better if it knows the line voltage, in case you have fluorescent lights or whatever. Format is for the SD card. Record size allows you to select 4K or 2K, whatever. Oh, resolution actually lets you do that. Why is there two different things there? Let me see. 4K. It says 30, but it doesn't. It actually produces 25. Oh, resolution is for the stills. It says 48 meg for the height, for the top resolution, but I'm pretty sure the camera's 28. I mean 38, sorry, or 36. Mirror the image, just flips it. Date stamp, you can't turn that off or on. Date and time sets the time. Not sure if it remembers that when it's shut down. System is just some like firmware version. Monitor 16 by 9, 4 by 3, or 1610. I wonder. No, I don't want to do that. I'm recording, so I'm not going to change that. Brightness, contrast, hue, edge. I'm not sure what those are. You could turn recording on and off with this. That's the important thing. And you can snap stills with this. You could also flip it and do some of those other things. I think that's pretty good. Trying to think of what else. Oh, the ring light. So one thing that's cool for me about this is that even when it's in this position, which is like a working position, you can still see this camera's point of view of what I'm doing. So I can still cut between all the cameras except for this overhead camera, which it's replacing the point of view of anyway. So I feel like it's going to be really easy to use it, switch to it when I'm working, cut to that point of view. I have to remember to put this in. But the ring light, makes that work not quite as well because it starts to block the point of view of the this side camera. But the ring light, just to show you, it has a brightness control. And the other thing is when using it, it kind of blows out in terms of this whole video setup. It puts too much light there. But if I'm gonna do some extended work and I need light, I would use that ring light. And then I have another ring light that's even better for beauty shots, which is a Godox RING72. And that is, it's just brighter, better quality light. It's wider, and I made a way to rig it up here. But it has the same problem in terms of blocking this view and also blowing out everything else. So it was a little bit complicated to make that work, but I'll just show you quickly what I did. This is a filter ring, a 58 to 77 filter ring, which is kind of standard, so you can put a larger filter on a smaller lens. And it just happens that this one, I'm not sure the brand, it says Sense, SENSEI. So that's from B&H Photo in New York, SENSEI, 58 to 77. And then that just happens to snap into this. It's not designed to do that, but it snaps in here. And then that gives me the right size fit to slide this up all the way up to the top, so so it still has enough room to work underneath it. And then this ring is just a piece of armature wire that after you slip that on there, this ring snaps around the lens and holds the light up. I should just show you if I'm going to go that far with it, because the quality of the light is interesting. There's a video about this Hyrox $100,000 microscope that I did at a trade show. And this is pretty excellent alternative for 500 bucks. Watch, this is going to fall off. I need a better ring there to hold that. Okay, so The thing is, in order to shoot something, I need something with a little bit more detail. So you can see this watch, it doesn't have a shock protection on the balance jewel. And then I'll show you what the widest field of view is here. So again, if you want to get wider, you can just go like that and cut to this overhead camera. But and you can see the reflection of the ring light here, which is not great, particularly with this watch, because I'd like to be able to inspect the numbers here with you. So the interesting thing about this watch I didn't realize is that it seems to have an inner piece that seems to be, I can't tell if it's metal or not. I'm pretty sure it's not metal. I feel like it's plastic that's been like plated with some kind of paint. Anyway, the ring light reflection is annoying. If you're just doing photography and you're not actually working under it, let me just check this again for screwdriver height. So that's cool. But there's another way to attach this ring light lower if you're just doing beauty photography, for me anyway. It's another thing I just rigged up, but basically this ring holds the ring light and it can extend down by about an inch, but then you can't get a screwdriver under it. But what that does is it makes the effectively it makes the ring light as if it was larger because it's closer to the subject. So it brings out those white rings on the dial, moves them out away from the and you notice on this watch, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't do that as much just because it's a different crystal. Oh, there's one other thing I noticed, which is if we zoom all the way in, that's the maximum for the optical. Then you've got digital zoom in also. Oh wait, that's like a overlay. Where's the zoom? Oh, plus and minus. So the remote has like a plus and minus button for digital zoom. So even after so that is insane. That's the tip of the seconds hand pinion. And again, when you're that close, that's why you don't want things to vibrate. Like any little movement is too much. I feel like, okay, so just look at that when I zoom out, what that point is that we're looking at. That is a tiny point. Let's do the same thing with the tip of this. This is the alarm hand. It's gone. Anyway, you get the idea. That is it's a lot of magnification. Amazing. So I can get like mesmerized by things. Remove this, turn the light off, pop this off. If you buy this Godox ring light, you really have to buy a separate battery for it because it uses AA batteries otherwise, and they don't last. They last like 5 minutes. So you need this VB26A. And I think together these things cost like over $100, 150 maybe more. And then the battery comes with a charger. And I think that's it. I think it's going to be great. I think it's really going to help me work, and it's going to help me show details. It's going to help me be better watchmaker because I can see what the hell I'm doing, because magnification is everything. The thing also that you see, though, is you see flaws everywhere, which also is interesting because when you're doing watchmaking, basically, if you touch any watch that, particularly if it's never been touched by a watchmaker before, you're damaging it. Like as soon as you start touching things, you're introducing dirt, you're introducing scratches on screw heads and things like that. And you can see it. I'm gonna do kind of review videos of all my watches, about 24 different watches, and open them up and look at them with the microscope and just kind of do these kind of detailed reviews of each of them. And you'll see a lot of that. You'll see that like something that looks great on the wrist can look terrible. Oh yeah, actually that's what I wanted to show. This watch I've done a lot of work on, and it's just wrecked. Like, look at those hands. I reloomed them. I put new paint, black paint in there. Didn't do a great job. I removed these hands and put them back on so many times, like 20 times. So they just get beat up. And I put lume on the tip of that seconds hand. There's a scratch in that black plate that I did with the tweezers right near the tip of the minute hand there. The second hand is passing over it right now. A little bit. You can see it there. It looks like a hair. You know, so as soon as you have that much magnification, and that's all the way zoomed out, these things are going to jump out at you. But like I said, on the wrist, you never notice it. So I think the main thing is to try to be clean, and the microscope will help also with that, seeing where there's contaminants or lint or whatever inside a movement. Why do I care? Okay. All I want to do is have fun. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be responsible to try to educate my viewers. I just want to stick some Rodico in that Patek. Oh my God. I probably should get a better light on this though. Okay, it's an excuse to show off this other light. This makes some people so mad. Stop. Okay. Okay, so this is the beauty light. Let's check that out. You ready for this? Should I stabilize that with my fingers? I got it. If I'm not mistaken, I got them. So let's see. I got some of it. Now this is I don't really want to push down. Got it. Who knows? Maybe this is how you do it. Maybe I should be giving lessons. First thing that came to my mind was stick some Rodico in there. And it worked. Okay, so let's go. It looks like I'm not wearing finger cots, but that pink color is actually the color of the finger cot. So let's look at this. The point was we switched to the beauty light. Oh man, that looks great. Jeez. Might have to white balance this again. Didn't seem to matter much. Is that? Oh, that's on very low light. I've got to get this cranked up. I see another hair. Some major hair. Right? How can I get... It moved, but I think it just went somewhere else. No, it's there on the Rodico. See that? Okay, so now I'm going to try this little thing, see if I can blow. Okay, we can look in the side again with this bright light. I want to stop that from shaking. Oops. Shit. Thought I saw another hair in there. Okay, so are you bored yet? Yeah, so there's a hair on top of that. I'm pretty sure that that is the hair I saw through the top of that jewel too. Oh man, the whole time you can't even see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that hair. Oh, so that's one thing. The microscope has a wider field of view because it's round. So this is what you see on video is kind of a crop of that. So I could try some air, but I don't think that's going to move. Let's look at the top of that jewel. Okay, that's where you can see it. You can see that hair just like wrapped around that gear, which that cannot be a good thing. Now, obviously I know I can't go through the jewel to get it. I'm just going to try to clean the top of that jewel. Ooh. That looked like spider eggs. Okay, gotta refocus that. So eventually, a hair like that is not a good thing inside a movement. Okay, anyway, let's go back to beauty shot. I love it. So taking way too much time on that. Okay, so the thing about that was that the first light I showed you comes with it. I think it has 140 LEDs or something. Long life, low heat. It doesn't say how many LEDs, but okay. Thanks a lot. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.